and gentlemen, from parts unknown, we have an interracial, intermingled, intersexual group of Caucasian men and wife beaters and black men of questionable melanin. Put your hands together, make some noise for Guns and Butter!
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Raidenero, and we are back at it again for another episode of Guns and Butter, the live stream. We are live. We are back. We are on time. We've had a nap. I feel good. I feel pretty good. It's been a long day. Been a real long day. But we're going to jump into it. I'm super excited about these once every 3 weeks revisits to crypto because I like talking about crypto. I like staying dedicated on money. But my bag, my lane, what I've dedicated my 10,000 hours to is the cryptocurrency space. So I am super excited to sit with you all, field some questions, and just generally talk about this space. And we're going to jump right into it tonight. But my opening statement, my little soliloquy, is I find it interesting. And I always think back on this. Oh, what's going on? Angry Snowman in the building, shout outs. I always think back on when I first got into crypto and everybody was telling me I had a tinfoil hat, and there was this one chick in particular. And she was very, very dismissive. Because like everybody, when you first get into cryptocurrency, you see it all the time. We see it all the time with people who are, we call them one coiners in the space. And I mean, technically speaking, you could be a one coiner with Bitcoin and you're going to be okay because Bitcoin's not going nowhere. But there'll be people who are advocates for other coins, and they're just like, they're just zealots. And it happens to everybody, including myself, when I came into the space, because you try to tell as many people as you can because you want to help people. You're like, hey, I found this great thing. It's like when people find God. They're just like, hey, I found this great thing. You should be a part of it too. You're not a part of it. You should do what I'm doing. I got all the answers. And so I was very adamant, very outspoken, very, hey, the tide's coming in, like it's going to be a tidal wave, like prepare yourself. You guys got to start building your boats. I felt like I was out there. I felt like I was out there by myself building Noah's Ark. I felt like Noah, where they're just like, why are you doing this? Like, this is stupid. This is dumb. So, it was like, I remember there was like a post that I had, and I guess she got sick and tired of seeing me post about it on Facebook. And she like got on there and in a very snarky tone of typing, how you do on Facebook when you tough talk on Facebook, but it's like somebody in real life. He was like, I just don't really know what you would even use it for anyways. And then I fast forward to now, and she still lives at her parents' house. Well, I know one thing you could have used it for. Could have used it to buy a house. I just think it's interesting because people will sit there and they will want to diminish what other people are doing, and then when they get the results, they want to call them lucky. They want to do whatever they can to make it sound like you didn't just have your nose down to the gridiron for a decade. They don't want to acknowledge that you did the work. They don't want to acknowledge that you actually earned the rewards that you're receiving. They don't want to acknowledge that, like, hey, they don't even want to acknowledge that they were wrong. And there were a lot of people. You're going to lose all your money. Why are you doing that? Oh, you should do this other thing. You're going to lose it all. It's all going to go to zero. That whole market's going to collapse. It's not real. And as we go into 2024, this is going to be the last Guns and Butter of 2023. As we go into 2024, and I sit here and I reflect over the last decade, going into 11 years that I've been in the cryptocurrency space. So I started out in 2023. Or not 2023. I started out in 2013. My bad. And I think of all the people that have capitulated, that have either started trying to get into the cryptocurrency space, started doing their little thing. They're like, think they know something now because they just started in it. All the people who didn't listen and then got upset Like, I mean, I had people who were legitimately upset because I was like, oh, they were like, oh, I could have done XYZ if I would have invested in Shiba Inu. And I was like, it's a meme coin. It wasn't a good play. Like, it wasn't sustainable. And they're like, oh, I could have got X amount of money. And I was like, well, did you listen to when I called S and X, which we're eating on again this year, by the by. Hold on, you know what? I'm going to have to pull up another screen, which we're eating on this year, by the by, you know? And like, you look at these people who are trying to get rich tomorrow and get mad that they didn't get rich tomorrow, or get mad that you didn't tell them to not gamble. We'll put it that way. We'll go with that one. You get mad that you didn't tell them to not go in and throw their money away potentially. Because I'm not a gambler. It's not my bag. It's not what I do. But then they didn't listen to the play that gave you your first 30x that you ate off of for that entire bull run. They just wanted to sit and be mad that they didn't gamble with all the idiots that then rode it and then lost all their money. They want to be mad about that. And then the position that they're in. Exactly where they was the last time you saw them. No improvement. Still doing the same stuff. Actually doing the same stuff at a slower rate. Don't even hear from them no more. They're under rocks now. And I mean, you look back even further than that, and it's like, okay, so all the people, you know, you go all the way back to high school when he was reading on Rich Dad Poor Dad, which I do not recommend as your starter book. I got way better. I mean, the book game's been updated. We like to hearken back to these starter books from these charlatans. And you know, but I think back to those days and all the dudes who was like, yo, that's white people shit, and just straight hated on you. Like, why are you reading that book? Why are you reading books? Like, what's going on? Why are you doing that? And then you look at them now and they're like, oh, I'm trying to get into financial literacy. I want to talk generational wealth. And it's like, bruh. Oh, now it's cool. Okay. And you look at these people who just hate on what people are doing and their lack of forward mobility. Most of these people are running in place. They're moving sideways. They're trending sideways. They don't know which way's up. They don't know how things work. And they're not making strides forward. They're not winning. They're not winners. We'll put it that way. But they got an opinion on what everybody else does. And like, you know, the crypto bros, we are very much in that camp. We are very much a part of the downtrodden. Everyone hates on us until they want to come in the space. Everyone's upset until we're winning. We win once every 4 years. People come out from under their rocks to tell you to buy this meme coin or this random coin. And then you go buy it and then they sell off into you and they keep it moving and they disappear back under their rocks. Nobody wants to invest in the stalwarts. Nobody wants to do the boring, easy wins. Nobody wants to invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Get your easy win. You don't make... Everybody wants to bat for the fences and then everybody walks away every year, every bull run. In either a worse spot or the same spot that they was in because they wrote everything that they got down to zero. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like it just doesn't make sense. Hold up, let me drop a little thing in, a little reminder in here for my Discord homies. Hold up. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Okay. Drop one more. So what we're doing over the bull run is we're going to be revisiting the crypto space. I'm going to probably say the last week every month. We'll do it put on every 3 week rotation, you know, come back, have a conversation, see where we're at, see how we're doing, see what's going on. see what things are looking like. I'm excited about this one because we get to do this over a down market. So unfortunately, the other thing that you see people doing all the time is they will rush into the market when things are pumping, and they'll either trade out of a position during a pump. That's when the price is going up exponentially. And then when it retracts, they either sell out their position that they bought at a higher price. Now they're selling at a loss, or they're upset and they don't buy more. Like, they don't dollar cost average. These people, everybody's trying to time the market to get the best price. And when it's running, they think it's just going to go up indefinitely forever. Nothing does. And not even crypto. We go up a lot, but there's retracements. And what's going on, Pookie Hybrid in the building. How we doing, brother? One of the things that I thought was interesting is a friend of mine bought Solana on the pump, and I'm like, oh, like the coin's been up like 100. It's 100. It like just did like a really big jump. Like, it just went up a lot. It's like over. It like went, because like I bought in at like 70, and then it went to 100, and it broke 100. And this friend of mine switched a position over when it was over 100. And I'm like, ugh, you might have waited for that one. But people don't like sitting on positions that aren't moving when the shiny thing's moving. So they switch the position. And now we look at Solana today. And Solana today is, I mean, we're back at 100, but it dipped down to 99 today. And I'm like, ugh. But that's how people move. And like, then when that dip happens, they'll sell. And then they'll wait for it to go back up, and then they'll buy higher. So you're just systematically like running your money down. And it is wild to me. So we're gonna, like, it just doesn't make any sense. But the point being is there's a lot of opportunity. And even with people doing things that are nonsensical in this market, we have so much upside, and there's so much gain coming that like it's really hard to screw this up this early in the game, unless you buy a coin that somehow runs to zero during a bull market, in which case you most likely got scammed. It's a game of wait. But you have to have a plan. Like, you can't just go, oh, I'm looking for the next thing and I'm going to chase that. What's the hot coin? What's the meme coin? Do not ask me about meme coins. I know nothing. I'll tell you straight up, I'm getting a bag of bonk for free from one of my plays over on Solana, because they're paying me in it for my liquidity pool. It's one of the kickers on there. It's like a little icing on the cake. And I'll sit on it until I hear everyone on Facebook talking about it. And then I will sell into them because they'll be buying the price up. And I'm going to walk with my free bonk money, and I'm going to go put that into Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I'm going to ride it out, because I'll never sell those two things. And we're going to keep it pushing, because I have a plan. And like, the people who come in just scrambling, throwing their whole check or whatever the stimmy that they're getting, I don't know, into the market, they're setting themselves up for failure. They're setting themselves up for losses, because those of us who are in the market who have plans, you just throwing your money to us. What's going on? Hey, Travel One in the building. How's it going? I hope you're doing well, Travel One. Yeah, so one of the key things that I always say is you have to have a plan. You got to know when you're going to sell. You have to have a strategic plan for when you're going to sell. You've got to marginally follow that plan, because you don't want to ride stuff to zero. Like, if you haven't ridden through to the other side of the bull run, it could get potentially ugly. This year could be different if we get these ETFs. It could be not as ugly, and that would be nice. That would be real nice. But what I wanted to do is I'm going to start doing on the lives, on the crypto lives. I'm going to start these off a little bit similar to the way that we do give you guys a taste of what we're doing over on crypto portfolio updates. So that way you guys could see one, because after we get to 500 and we get like a membership status, we're probably going to start recording those live, because I one shot all my videos anyways. If you haven't noticed, I don't re-record stuff. That's the reason I say I'm working on not saying that's what we're going into 2024 doing. We're not going to say as much. We're going to start working our way back on that. We're dialing back the U word. We don't want to say it. But that said, I do all of my recordings, Future Financial Strategies, all those shows are one takes. I do them live. I just run them through, and then we get to the other side of it, and I give it to you guys. I do the best that I can. It helps me stay on my feet. It helps me be quick. It definitely helps with my job when I got to talk to these rich people. And they don't like it when you don't have answers, and that forces me to think faster. You see there, we just stopped one of the U words. I'm actively working on it. We've set it in stone. We have said it. I am a sayer. It's what it's going to be. So moving forward, we're going to talk, and I'm going to set this up just like crypto portfolio updates to give you guys a little taste, because once we get monetized and we get our membership status, which it's funny, it's looking as though I might hit my watch hours before we hit the 500, and I'm fine with it. It's a slow grow over here. I know people don't like talking about boring stuff on Thursday nights. There's plenty of other places you could be. Those of you who are rocking out with me, I appreciate you. Definitely make sure to take a second to hit the like, share the video with your audiences and your friends, because we ain't trying to run the numbers up over here by ourselves in the wolf pack. We got plenty of room for more people to come over and rock out with us. And if you are tapping in for the first time, or you're catching this on the replay, hit this subscribe and turn the bell notifications on so you see when Future Financial Strategies drops, which is more personal finance, financial strategy. But during the bull run, we're definitely going to be focusing on the best strategy that there's going to be. So it's going to be a lot of crypto stuff mixed in over there for the bull run specifically. Crypto portfolio updates is crypto focused. You guys watch me build out a portfolio over there. We do the updates. You get to see the ups, downs, the mishaps, the changes, the shifts, the moves, the pivots. And we have a couple of different segments. We have the Delta News segment, which is the Delta's weekly recap. We have obviously top 5 gainers and losers, which we're going to be doing here shortly. I'm going to give you guys a taste of that over here. And, any special news, special moves. What's going on? What's going on, Joker? Oh, okay. That's a good question. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to field the questions as they come in, and Joker is a regular supporter of the show, so we're going to go ahead and just slot him on in here. Joker's asking, how much do I put into Bitcoin a week? I put in, it ranges, but my minimum, and it's bi-weekly. So like my paychecks roll in bi-weekly. If I get any extra money though, a good portion of that goes into Bitcoin, because I try to make it a point to where, like, if I get cash tips, like somebody hooks me up for like hooking them up, I try to make sure that at least 60% of that gets invested. That's just me. I'm a super saver. And the other part of it, honestly, it's at this juncture is just going towards getting stuff for my home workouts. Like it's just health and wellness stuff for my house, like just to have at home. Dang it. I just said, bad. But that said, at minimum, it's at this juncture for the beginning of the bull run. And so, mind you, this is the beginning of the bull run. And at the beginning of the bull run, every bull run, I divert every fund possible, which means every extra dollar I get, I stop going into my traditional finance accounts. I stop using that. Those get no money. They dry up. They run on what they run on until we get to certain metrics to where I shift over into reinvesting in stocks. So everything's going into crypto right now. At minimum, under normal circumstances, it's roughly about I'd say at least $150, at least, and that's on the dry end. Like if Bitcoin, if crypto's not interesting, like once we stop going all in on crypto, I'd probably say it'll drop down to like $50 during the bull run, just to get like a little something in there to just like pad a little bit of something to move over. Outside of that, and that's just during the bull run. So like the other 3 years that we're not in the bull run, it's at minimum $150 a paycheck. So that's like minimum 75 a week. Right now, we're ranging. Actually, I can look at the calendar right now and tell you exactly how much has gone in there. So that was like 300. It's 575. So at present, it's between 300 a week, and on payday week, specifically into Bitcoin or into the cryptocurrency space, that's not my house savings included, because currently all the house savings going into Bitcoin too. So on the weeks that I get paid, it's about 575 right now. That's where we're at. And then the off week, it's 300. That's where we're at. It's about right now. It's about between 300 and 575 is what we're doing weekly. So like every other week, it's a bigger amount that goes into the market. So that's where we're at with that. And I do it regularly. Like I have my budget that I have for stuff, and the budget, the way that I parse my check down, like especially during the bull run, I'm not good at budgeting. So I just force myself. I go, this is how much you're saving for this. And I just make sure to pay myself. And then if I run a little float on my credit, I run a little float on the credit, and I just pay it back during the bull run at some point, because I'll be flush with money. Like once I stop going all in on crypto, I can pay it back then. Like, and so that's my irresponsible way of budgeting money. And I literally, if I wasn't in the crypto space, I would not recommend that. But what I do is I'll check my credit cards every once in a while, like my main card that I'm driving on. And once it hits $5,000, I'm like, cool, I'm not buying stuff till I whittle this balance down a little bit. And so I just don't buy extra stuff. Like, it's just what it is. I'm like, I need to run the exact budget, because like once I get my notice from them, my statement, and it's like, cool, you hit $5,000. I'm like, all right, I've been buying too much stuff. I just need to buy less stuff right now. It's just kind of the way that it works. It doesn't work for most people. It does work for me, because I am capable of just not buying shit, which I know is a novel concept in a consumer society. But like, if stuff doesn't need to be bought, then I just don't buy it. Like, it's kind of the way that it works. But I do make sure to pay myself first. That's the only bit of budgeting that I am adamant about. I'm just like, cool, I take my chunk of money first, and then to the victor goes the spoils for everything else. I'm like, that's just what it is. So let's jump over to the top gainers and losers, because this should be pretty interesting today. And what this is, I just like to look at how the crypto market's moving. It's always interesting to see how it moves on the dip days, but because even when stuff is down, it's very rarely that you don't have some movers in the market, and it's always interesting to see where people are placing their money. Oh, okay, gotcha. That's not an option. Okay, let's go here. We're going to share the screen. Boom. Okay, and I just refreshed this, so hopefully the numbers are in ascending order like they're supposed to be. I'll bring that down a little bit. Oh, hold on. Let's bring it up a little bit. How is that big? Okay, hold on. What's it look like over here? We need to get smaller. Booyah. There we go. Huh. Well, they've adjusted their screen in dark mode. Okay. Anyways, so we're going to start off with the top 5 gainers and losers. And if you're dropping chats, I'm not going to see them at this juncture because I'm just not going to see them. Well, I'm not going to see them because I'm reading the screen. And when I'm reading, I can't see. So bear with. I will read those. I'll tap in with the chat when I get back over there. So, dude, how does... Really? Let me... No, it's doing it in both screens. So I'm going to put it that way so I'm not blinding myself. Interesting. Okay. So what this is, we like to look and see what the market's doing. Is give you kind of a little bit of an idea of what's going on here with everything in the market, see who's winning, who's losing. Now, we're going to start off just like we do every show with the top gainers, and I'm hoping those of you that are investing have the experience of being over on the top gainers list, even if it's on a red day where the market's moving pretty slow. As we can see, the gainers are not gaining that much, but the losers really aren't moving that much, losing that much. And I understand that for those of you who are used to the traditional finance space, 30% is a horrible day. In crypto, that's breakfast. Because anything can happen. Dang it, again. Bad. So we're starting off with the top gainers. At number 1 at rank 666. Oh, Lord. Uh-oh. This might be trouble. STFX. STFX with a gain of 37.5%. At number 2 at rank 317, we have Victoria VR with a gain of 32.4% in the last 24 hours. At number 3 at rank 385, we have Map Protocol, MAP, with a gain of 32% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have Sakai Vault, SAKAI. They are at rank 808. They have had a gain of 31% in the last 24 hours. At number 5, at rank 348, we have Ben QI, and they have had a gain of 26.2% in the last 24 hours. Now we're moving over to the loser list. Ooh, this one's going to be interesting. I'm going to actually have to read it off. No, it's cut off over there too. What's going on, Philly? What's going on, Hermes? OX Hermes. I'm going to answer your question that you asked in the Discord right after this, actually. So stick around, Hermes, because I'm going to answer your question for you about your currency that you wanted me to take a look at. We'll do it live. So thank you for asking. Okay. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and shrink this down so I can see the whole numbers because this is ridiculous. Hold up. There we go. That's crazy. We can't get 15. All right. So on the top losers, which I hope none of you are on this list. It's not a fun list to be on, but during a bull run, this ain't that big a deal. And I'll give you a perfect example because one of my old holdings that I have is on here, and I can explain it to you. At number 1, the top loser in the last 24 hours is at rank 502. Coke Inu, COQ, and they have had a loss of 31.4% in the last 24 hours. At number 2, at rank 942, we have Cap Games, KAP. They have had a loss of 31.3% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have at rank 239, Bounce, which the coin name is Auction, AUCTION. They have had a loss of 30.4% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, at rank 374, we have Snek, a little Snek, SNEK. And they have had a loss of 27.9% in the last 24 hours. And last but not least, at number 5, EVMOS. Coin is EVMOS, and the rank is 447. They have had a loss of 26.9% in the last 24 hours. Now, hold on, let's go into here. Now, if we actually go into the deets, so in the last 24 hours, they're down 26%, but over the last month, they're up 88%, down 55% for the year, but they've been on a pretty decent run. So, retracement. It's also low market cap. Yeah, the market. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty low market cap. It's not as low as NSDX was, but it's low. Like, they're very low down on the list. They're in the DGen range. So we've got that. Now, what's going on, Rillo? How we doing, brother? Now we're going to skip on over to the next thing. The homie OX Hermes asked me a question in the Discord earlier. He a bag chaser. Bag chasers roll through. I told him I was going to take a look at this coin. So we're going to go ahead and do that. The coin he asked about is Multibit. Now, when we get here, okay, so there's a couple of things that I look at when I check out projects such as this. When somebody brings a project my way, I look. First of all, they're at rank 237. Strong start. One of the things that I did notice is this coin is under is 30, like they only have like a 30-day, which means that like it just launched and it's up 800%. So for me personally, that is a red flag. Because, well, actually, hold on. The all-time high was 13 days ago. So yeah, like, and then the all-time low was November 21st, which is the 30-day mark when it launched. It's a fresh launch going into the bull run, which means that for me, personally, this would be a no-go unless I knew about the project and I could get in before the launch. Because like most of the time, these types of things, when they launch a coin, if it was a bridge that you used, you could get pre-mined, like they do airdrops basically. Because like this is a platform. Like I looked, we'll go ahead and share this tab. It's a multi-bit bridge, which actually looks super useful. I want to know if this can anything that can move Bitcoin onto other chains, namely Ethereum, because from Ethereum you can get anywhere that's relevant because all things that are relevant connect directly to Ethereum, including Solana. Again, bad. But anything that can move Bitcoin into another chain is super useful. Super useful. Like, it's the most useful thing ever, in my opinion, especially if you want to be as DeFi as possible, because then all you need is like a Cash App or something simple to get Bitcoin into the ecosystem, and you're fine. You go Cash App to your hot wallet, transit, bridge it over, and you're good to go. Right now, that was the whole premise behind me using Thorchain and getting very involved in that network, because they can do that. If this also can do that, it's going to be super useful, in my opinion. I'm going to be interested to see what farming and staking options they have. I'm going to have to wait and look at it on my other computer with the VPN up, because fun story, being in America, they have us. Hold on, let's go ahead and click on something. Oh, that's not there yet. Service is not available in your location. They have it IP banned in America. So if you're in America, they've completely bypassed, because of our lack of regulation and any type of clarity whatsoever. Most of the most useful projects literally just IP ban America, so that they don't have to worry about the SEC or the American government just even saying anything to them. They don't want to deal with you. So I'm going to have to check this on my crypto specific computer that has the VPN on it, so that way I can go poke around a little bit deeper. From a utility standpoint, if it can move native Bitcoin to other chains, super useful. From an investment standpoint, for me, and this is just the way that I navigate, because this is in price discovery, so I have no metric for like where it's going because we're still figuring it out because it just launched 30 days ago. So like coming in, I would look at it and be like, okay, so like we're up 809%. I'm gonna wait. Like I'm waiting for some deep cuts into this project, or I'm gonna go test it, and then if I use it, then I'm gonna go ahead and get a stake in it, which is what I did with Thorchain. That's exactly what I did with Thorchain. Like Thorchain, I didn't even check metrics. I like went, and once I realized I could bridge Bitcoin over, I was like, cool, I'm investing in this ecosystem with whatever I can. Fortunately, that was during the bear market and it hadn't just launched. So we're in a really good spot with our TGT tokens. And well, Rune, not so much, but we're like dollar cost averaging. Like every time I utilize the platform, I buy a little bit of Rune and I add to it regardless of what the price is. Under normal circumstances, if it's not something that I'm actually using, like if I just came across this coin and I looked at it, I would go look at these numbers and I was like, that would be a disqualifier for me because I can't project out what it's going to do over the bull run. So, I mean, it looks like it's going to be useful, though. Like, if you can move Bitcoin to other things, I'm like, that's money. Like, I'd invest in all of those things because people are going to need them. Yo, what's going on, Will Crypto? I've been, so outside of the last week and this week, I have not been on schedule. So that's not you, Will Crypto. It's me. But you caught the crypto episode, which I'm happy you get to see because, like, we're talking crypto all night. So we're doing questions. So Hermes, BRCs are the NFTs that people are printing on the Bitcoin network that all the Bitcoin dinosaur boomers are mad about. They all hate it. They don't like that NFTs are on Bitcoin. I don't care personally. It drives network fees up. It's good for the miners. They're going to love it. It's a different way for them to make money. People are speculating it. And it's going to do what it do, you know. But if they can move BRCs, then my question is, can they move actual Bitcoins? Because BRCs are etched on Satoshis. So like what I use Thorchain for, the Thor wallet specifically, is I can send Bitcoin there and then I can turn that into Ethereum, and Ethereum I can bridge anywhere. So the whole premise of that platform for me is going, hey, I don't have to have a centralized exchange account anymore to trade into other coins. I can just send it to my wallet that I have the custody of. It's a DeFi wallet. And I can convert it over to Ethereum there. Hold up a second. We'll do that. You know what? I got no problem checking coins with you guys live. If that's what we want to talk about and that's where we want the show to go, I'll take a look at it. Let's see what we got. Boom. Okay. Pulse chain. That's going to be the next one. Booyah. Let's take a look. Okay. So initial look. Oof. Let's see here. Oh, it's got its own chain. Okay, hold up. So now we definitely need to pull this up so that way we can go to Pulse Chain's website. Okay. Oh, and they got instructions for MetaMask. Okay. Let's see what we got here. What do we got? You must manually add your ERC20s for them to show. Scanpulsechain.com also works as an alternative block explorer. 32 million pulse. Okay, let's take a look and see. Okay, well, first off, We got to do our first due diligence because I do the same thing every time. I just got excited about this because I saw the word bridge when I pulled up the website. So first thing we do, we look over here. We're down 4.5%. It's a dust coin, basically. Scrolling down. All-time high was 7 months ago. But we don't. Oh, because they recently just launched. Over the last 30 days, they're up 10%. Not worried about that. They're up 148% since August 2nd, 5 months ago. Okay. Oh. All-time low. But the all-time high, we're down. So we're down 78% from our all-time high. So for me, I find this interesting because you can bridge to it. I do like that. The window of opportunity on this coin, though, is not that high. And I'll tell you why. So I look at the all-time high and the all-time low. All-time high was 7 months ago, which is fine. That has nothing to do with anything for me. Well, actually, a massive dip from 7 months ago would kind of worry me a little bit. But I like all-time highs. I like the window between this number and this number to be like 78% is not that bad. It's not that bad, but then we have to go into price discovery, which normally for me, the way that I run the bull markets, I like to be out at 300%. So like I like to see coins that are like bottom. Like I want to see like 80, 90% or some big numbers that are in between where I'm at and where it's going. Like if this would have been like we're down here where we're at right now at 0.00006 and like it had originally been 10 cents, that would be really interesting. 78%. Now we're gonna have to go over. Now we go to the other page. Now I need to know if this is something I would use or what's there. So easy to use. They made it so that you can get on MetaMask, lower pulse chains fees, and serve more users. 17% faster than Ethereum with 10 blocks instead of 12 for validation. Oh, let's see what they got. What does this bridge look like? And they're wanting this looks like very old school Ethereum with a better initial website. That's what I'm seeing here. Little bit leery about downloading anything onto your computer from something that I don't know that's vetted. That is kind of we'll jump over to this tab. So this is the bridge. Run the original code on your desktop, read the instructions first, and download your version. Community sites, token express. Ooh, what's that? Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. A web GUI. This is what I want. I want Token Express Bridge. Okay. Oh, okay. So you can. Okay, so yeah, they went from core Ethereum. So my question is the one thing that I'm not seeing here, Will Crypto, and it's honestly like the one thing that is kind of on-chain statistics. So this is my problem with this chain as it's sitting right here. Is I don't know what the ecosystem looks like. And I'm gonna give you because like as I'm scrolling through their web page, it's fine. It's very sparse, but it's fine. I don't see they have a dead link. That's not good either. But the one thing that I'm not seeing here is look at our robust ecosystem. Look at where you can go do DeFi actions. Look at where you can go buy NFTs. Like none of that stuff exists. Bad. I don't like that. I don't like ecosystems where there's just like nothing there. Like you're just like, okay, like you can move all your stuff over and we've cloned the Ethereum network. Like anyone can fork the Ethereum network. Like I could fork the Ethereum network. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the greatest look. I'm having an issue with that, but I'm going to give you an example because I don't like just saying stuff and not giving people the reason why. So, for instance, let's take a look at Arbitrum. Also, a relatively, like, do they have a 1 year? No. Arbitrum's in the same boat. So let's go to Arbitrum's page and I can show you. We'll go through the process with Arbitrum because, like, I know this is going to be an experience, so that way you guys can understand like what I'm looking at. What's going on, Wife School? God dang it, I keep saying oh, Hink in the basement in the building. Absolutely, brother. Anytime. We gotta look out for each other, man. So Hermes, it just looks like they cloned ETH. Like I'm pretty sure they just cloned the network and they're just like, hey, do stuff here. But they don't have like an ecosystem page. So that's the reason I want to go through Arbitrum, because like this will be a good one for everybody to check out. Not to check out, like go check out Arbitrum, even though I do use it heavily. If you're over there, Camelot, best exchange on Arbitrum. I'm going to do a shameless plug because I'm invested. You know what I'm saying? Like I am on, and that's the exchange that I chose to use. There's a lot of really good liquidity opportunity over there for liquidity providers like myself, and we're utilizing them. And they've got incentivized pools right now. It's wonderful over in that ecosystem. But what I want to show you here is what I'm expecting when I look into a chain, because this has actually less upside. But I'll explain my thought process on this. So like I would come here, we look, we got all their stuff. They got all their community stuff in the websites. And I've already got Arbitrum.io pulled up because I always go just straight to the chain's website. That's where the research happens. So I would scroll down and I would look. All-time high was $1.69. It's down 15% from the all-time high. All-time low was 74 cents. It's up 92% from the all-time low. Now, this is a terrible window also. It's actually worse than pulse chains. There's less of a window because I normally, most of the time, when I'm gauging out my projections, I shoot conservative. I'm not worried about price discovery during the bull run. I'm not worried about, no, I'm looking at, hey, how much of a window do I have between where we're at right now and the previous all-time high that we have a record of? And how much of a gap do we have in there? So Pulse Chain was a better gap. I am in this network, though, because I qualified for the airdrop. So I got given a bunch of Arbitrum for free. Like a bunch. I bought some this year for the incentivized pools at $1. So like we're sitting pretty on Arbitrum. We're not doing too bad. Actually, it was higher than $1. I bought higher than $1. Let me take a look. I'll tell y'all where we at. Hold up. Let's see here. Nope. I bought over $1. So my average buy-in was at $1.21. I am up 18% for the year. Like I got a bag of Arbitrum, but I wanted to go ahead and invest in it because I got so much of it for free. What I got for free is also still in the market. So, we're just sitting on the free stuff, and we added to it because I'll ride this into price discovery because I use the ecosystem. But if I hadn't, this would be a hard sell for me. So now I've got to go do my research. I'm like, okay, so like what's going on in this ecosystem? So I would go to the Arbitrum page. First thing we're looking for, do they have a bridge? Yes, they do. They're marketing as an L2. They're taking some of the load off of Ethereum. Now, what I'm wanting to see here. Hold on. Where is the ecosystem space? So hold on. Let's see what they got here. Oh, here we go. So they do have an ecosystem deal here to where you can kind of look through and see what's going on to see that there's projects on there. Oh, yeah, here we go. So this is kind of a little bit annoying, but you can go through here and like as a liquidity provider, I'm like, okay, so Uniswap's on here, cool. GMX is on here. Like they're showing you that they have players. OpenSea's on here, Alchemy's on here, Chainlink obviously integrates for Oracle services, so you know that there's some sort of DeFi going on over there if they've got Chainlink integrated into the system. And then the last thing that I would do, and I'll do this on this page, is now that I'm interested, I'll go here. And this is what we want to look at. So now we can go chains. We need to look at the chains all. So this is the other problem. Pulse chain isn't on here, which means that there's no DeFi. There's like nothing going on that chain. Like nothing's happening there. Like there's no money in it. Like you can't go stake. Like you can't do anything there. Let me see if I can pull this down and we can take a look. Let's go. Is Pulse Chain on here? Hold on. Oh, it is. It is on here. Hold up. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Pulse Chain's had a lot of... So, okay. So then, okay. Wait a second. I might have been wrong about Pulse Chain. Let's take a look. So now we've got to go to my next favorite section, the yields section. Bro, if this thing don't load up what I'm looking for. Oh, hold on a second. DeFi Llama is not being my friend right now. So we're going to reload this page. Oh, well, that's how we check unlocks. Switch it over to here. And then we're going to clear all the chains and we'll bring up Pulse. Oh. So it doesn't have any liquidity providing opportunities on there. It exists over here, but it's such a small amount that it's like it's not listed on the pie chart. And I want it to be on the pie chart. Like that's realistically what I'm looking for, is for it to be on the pie chart. Like you gotta You got to be out here. I mean, Coinbase's base is at least listed. Cardano is at least listed. Like, I mean, nobody's on base really. It's not listed. Solana's been growing. And like you can tell, like you can see on here, like where's everybody else? Where are they at? Where are they at though? We're scrolling down. We're still scrolling down. Where is our pulse chain at? Because it's like these are some, like Moon River, great chain, number 76. Like it's no one's using it. Like it's only got $11 million on it. Like that's not good. EVMOS, another good chain. No one's using it. It's only got $5 million on it. Like there's nothing on these chains. Like they're good tech, but nobody's there. Like there's nothing to do. Like you can just have it. Like so that's where it's concerning. I'm like, I really don't enjoy putting money anywhere below the if you're like not in the top 10, like there's just no, like for me, it's, I mean, and even in the top 10, like I would never use like Cardano, pain in the butt to use. Base, it's Coinbase's deal, wouldn't use it. Avalanche is a good ecosystem. Optimism, I do use. Polygon, I do use. Like, this is kind of my space in here. I don't use Tron, and I no longer use Binance Smart Chain because it's a pain to use from MetaMask. And I don't really want to interact with it from anything else. Like, it's just, like, they have two separate chains where you got to, like, bridge between to, like, move the coins around. It's just a pain. And Tron, I don't trust with anything. And it's only got, yeah, like, it just doesn't. No, I'm not a fan of Tron. I understand it's the second largest, and you know, China keeps that running. They really support their coin, but I'm not a fan of the ecosystem, so I don't use it. I did back in the day, but I don't use it. So yeah, that's kind of where my head's at when I'm looking for. Well, I mean, oh, you did? Hold up, let me check it. Okay, let's see here. Let's check out this infographic. I am reading through it. Yeah. So I can understand the infographic, but my question wheel is if those protocols exist on the chain, and this is the reason that like I'm an avid researcher, like it would be on here. Like it can't not be on here. Like that's basically the gist of what I'm saying. Is like for me personally, like I don't know, from like a speculation standpoint, if you're just like holding the coin and you're gonna ride it through the bull market, but we know for a fact that in the yield review, like if you're looking, there are no DeFi protocols that are actually holding monies where people are staking and they're offering yield and stuff on that protocol. Like DeFi Llama has literally every protocol is on here. So if you're looking by chain and there's no pulse chain on here, then it doesn't exist. Like this is everything that you can stake on, regardless of where it's at. Like, and I'm not like pulse chain does not, like they're all checked here. Like I can't search up pulse chain on this list because it does not exist. So you can't stake there. Like it just doesn't exist. like that's my only thing. Like I'm looking at the graphic and I see the stuff for DeFi and I'm like, well, it doesn't, none of those projects are giving yield on this chain. Which means that like if you put money on the chain, then like where does it go? Like can you hit me with a link of something? Like what's a protocol that I can pull up and be like, yes, this has a pulse chain option to connect to? Because like I'd never seen this until you brought it to my attention. And like from the looks of it, it just looks like they did a clone of ETH and they were like, hey, we cloned the network, you can bring all your stuff over here, which is exactly what Binance Chain did, except for Binance Chain has like places where you can go stake things, like you can go buy NFTs there, you can do those things. Like that's like if it's running as a layer 2, like you still have like a delineation, like you don't just clone stuff and then allow for like you would show up on DeFi Llama if people were staking money there, because there would be some money, and there currently isn't. Is Tron still good? I don't like it personally. It has the second largest total value lock, and like the gap between Tron and all the other protocols is very large. I don't like Justin Sun. I don't trust his chain. I just don't trust it. Like, is it still good? Obvious. It's gotta be. They've got a lot of money locked up there. Right, Hermes. Like Hermes knows, man. We be researching. We do the research. So this is how I look at things, though, because I have a specific set of things that I do if I'm going to use a chain. So I wouldn't be on any chain period that doesn't have some sort of staking, because I try not to hold coins that aren't Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, like, it's a pain to stake that. Like, you're either actually Thor Wallet Dex does have staking, but I don't like my Bitcoin just on places that aren't a cold storage. It just makes me uncomfortable. So for right now, all the Bitcoin's on cold storage. That's where that lives. Outside of Bitcoin, I want everything else working. Like I like to have all of my crypto staked or in liquidity pools, and like I'm riding the value up, and like I'll collect the growth on the other end of that. Or something like single asset stake coins. I like those a lot too. But yeah, like if I don't see any staking on there, like you can tell me whatever you want, but like that's the reason the cryptocurrency market is what it is. Like we have the on-chain data, and you just go check. Like I don't believe like this is the process that you have to have, and like the level of scrutiny you have to have, because the infographic does show DeFi stuff. So, but my question is, why isn't it on the chain's site? Like, how do you release an infographic that you don't put on your website? Like that also in and of itself is not super helpful. Hold on, we'll do one more. I'll do another one while we're sitting here. Hold on. It's another one that I qualified for an airdrop for, so I got in here pretty good. So we'll do Optimism, which we're sitting at 348 right now. Optimism also all-time high. We're down 16% from the all-time high, which we hit a day ago. I didn't even notice that. Like I don't even look at my Optimism. That's so funny. And then all-time low was 40 cents. I got airdropped Optimism. I have not put myself in a position on this yet, but let's go to Optimism site, because obviously we would have to look to see what's going on here. So Superchain, collective delegates. This is what I like to see, and Optimism is the best at this. You see this? This has app pages, and it shows you all the stuff you can go do stuff at. And then you click, hold on. And then, hold on. So we've clicked over to this page. Boom. This is their ecosystem page. Everything you could ever want to know about optimism. And I think every blockchain, like, it's kind of upsetting that Arbitrum doesn't have this. But when I come here and I go, oh, okay, cool. Like, there's all these places that you can go, and, you know, let's go somewhere that we use. You go to Synthetics Network, you got your little deal here, and you drop here. Look, the protocol exists. So, like, you know that you can get into this ecosystem and use this. When you click on Synthetics, boom, you're over here. Boom, optimism, you're existing. Ecosystem. It's a real thing. When you come back here, because, like, that's the other issue with an infographic, is you can't verify anything. You can't. Go to Lyra. Boom. Lyra pulls up. Defaults Arbitrum. Bam. Optimism. It exists. Like, this is how you know that there's an actual ecosystem. Like, you've got to be able to verify the ecosystem. Like, you've got to be able to go through and check it yourself, because an infographic could say anything. Like, anything. They could put whatever they want on there. Yo, that's dope. Like, so it's funny. I have a Bitcoin. It's like a really fancy, like, commemorative Bitcoin dollar bill that I use for a bookmark all the time, that a buddy of mine got me for Christmas. So, like, people do buy that type of stuff. Like, you know, I would mess with that. Like, yeah, I mean, I've seen them on, I think you can get those on Etsy and, like, Amazon too. Like, I know that I've seen them on Etsy. Like, people do that. Hey, not lost, bro. Hey, if you guys pass that UBI, bro, you better use at least half of that $2,000 to buy some Bitcoin, bro. Save yourself, because if you guys start giving out UBI, it's about to get real weird up there, and you might need to come stay at my house, and you need to be able to bring your wealth with you. So, like, honestly, I would keep going to work, and I would just use all of the UBI money to buy Bitcoin. That's what I would do. But yeah, so, you know, like, that's one of the things that I always do, is, like, you always have to follow up and hit your research. Like, that's gonna be an important deal to do when you're looking at projects. I mean, you have to go verify. Like, we have to verify things, and, like, there's multiple avenues. Like, DeFi Llama is a good one. It'll let you know if there's money on the chain. Going to the chain's website and, like, vetting out the website. Like, there's blatantly a little bit more. Like, even though this is simple, like, this has a theme, and then, like, it can get you, like, it's telling you a story. Like, it's actually, this is pretty interesting for how simple it is. I do like it. And, like, you scroll through, and, like, you can read, and you can do all this stuff, and, like, you get to see the little city, and then, like, it tells you how to get involved. Optimism, governance, and the most, one thing that they do. Optimism did this better than everybody else, in my opinion, because they let you know what the ecosystem is made of. Like, they take you direct, like, hey, if you need to get around in here, these are the places you should go. Boo. But they have the bridge. You should always be able to find the main bridge to get into the ecosystem. So that way you can look at that. Oh, you could actually bridge out of Coinbase? What? I didn't know. Wow, that's cool. That is actually really cool. So, you know, this is the type of stuff that you want. And then when you go to withdraw, use a third party bridge. Synapse Protocol. I love Synapse Protocol. Rango Swap is also really good. Actually, Rango Swap's not a bridge, but it lets you swap into other chains, which I do like. Super, super useful. That's how I figured out how to get onto Solana. And I did a video on it, so like you guys know how to do that too. But yeah, you got it. We've got a. Oh my God, not lost. You a fool. You are a whole fool. Oh jeez. But yeah, you know, we gotta do. There's a lot of due diligence that goes into, in my opinion, that should go in. Especially if you're out in the weeds. If you're in the weeds, you're outside the top 10 coins. You gotta check. You gotta check. Like me personally, most of my stuff that I have at this juncture, especially right now, like I don't even have coins that I'm sitting on. Like I have coins and ecosystems that I'm utilizing. I'm like, I'll get into an ecosystem. I go figure out the best way to generate income from within that ecosystem. And I'm like, I'll just invest in this stuff. Like I'm not chasing the cell. What is it? Celestia. I'm not even there yet. Sui, never messed with it. Never messed with Sui. Like I just, there's so much stuff that I just pass on because me personally, and it's the best way to invest in my opinion, is invest in stuff that you understand, that you use. That's the easiest way. Because like if you're chasing every little thing, it's kind of like when I started messing with NFTs. I got lucky and like I have a couple of NFTs that I can sell off that'll cover my experience in NFTs. I am not versed in it. Actually, I need to check a price. You guys want to check a price with me? Let's check a price. We're gonna OpenSea. OpenSea. All right, let's see what's working here. Oh, hey, I can afford a mutant ape. Okay, so speaking of, oh man, see, that's what I was looking for. Dang. Okay, hold on. Hold up a second. MT asset must be migrated. Oh, let's see what we're doing here. So what we're doing is I'm looking. Yeah, so man, that would have been a good one. Neo Tokyo was another good one to be in, especially if you're into Web3. Their back channel, money, which is why the floor price on this is 15 ETH that I don't have. But man, I would like one. Mm. Yeah, because they have like a really, really good back channel. I wish I would have got one of those when they came out. Oh well, win some, lose some, dim some. Oh, I'll definitely keep. Well, I mean, I know you're gonna pop in and remind me, but like, I'll definitely be interested in watching it. Like, let me know when they actually have DeFi live on their ecosystem. That's what I'm going to be looking out for. I'm like, let me know when there's staking, when there's liquidity providing, when they have exchanges and trading going on. Then we'll have something to talk about. Like, that's what I'm waiting for as far as an ecosystem. And I want them to better their website because there's just not enough information on there. I do appreciate them putting the information to get the bridge on there, but it's because they haven't built out the rest of it, which is why I think it's as sparse as it is. I think once they get liquidity providing, then we'll get to kick the tires around and see if they're actually, on the level, because those are things that you should have. Like, every chain has that. That's real, it's kind of DeFi and NFTs are like the building blocks. That's base layer Web3. Like, people aren't making chains just to like hold the token. Like, you got to have the ecosystem. Like, if there's no ecosystem, there really is no reason to hold the chain, because it doesn't actually do anything that it's claiming to do at that point. So, as they're hopefully they'd start doing those rollouts, which they might be waiting, considering it's like what they've released the actual chain 30 days ago. But most chains, you want them to release with the stuff active. Like, even Coinbase's chain, when they released liquidity providing and staking and all that stuff, was like day one. Like, they were like, hey, here it is, like, get in here. So for a chain to release and be out 30 days and they don't have staking, they don't have NFTs, they don't have anything going on in the ecosystem besides you being able to bridge your tokens over, but there's nowhere to go after that, is a little bit problematic. Like, that's a terrible rollout, in my opinion. But like, maybe they're waiting to be like, hey, like, we're turning that on for the bull run, so that way they can get in on some of that hype. But I'm like, how long do you make people wait? Because like, you've had 30 days of being able to do nothing on the chain. Like, people forget about it. Like, you don't have money on there now. Like, it's very hard to speculate on something that doesn't have anything on it. Like, that's a moonshot gamble. But since it's at dust pricing, I mean, why not? I would right now. Pulse Chain would rank in my bull run gambles pool, where it's like, you take $100, you throw it at it, and then you just don't look at it anymore. And then hopefully you look back and it's like $10,000 or $1,000 or something, $150 maybe. I don't know. And you take it and run with it. So one of the other things I wanted to talk about this evening, obviously, and it was in the video earlier today too. I'm just going to keep beating it into people's heads until they understand. You just got to keep telling them. There's two charts in regards to any conversation about Bitcoin that I pull up at this point. There's only two. It's two very simple charts. And the first one is the all-time Bitcoin chart. Like, there's literally only a hair line on this chart where, hold on. This is, oh, snap. Oh, no. Oh, never mind. I can't draw lines. Because I was about to say, I was like, there's a very couple of cliffs that you've run over that were literally the last bull run where you're underwater in Bitcoin. And then you can see everything else. It's up and to the right. But the problem, Will Crypto, is if DeFi Llama doesn't pick up that there can be dexes there, but where's the money? Because if there was money there and you could connect to the chain and you could stake and you could do all the DeFi activities, DeFi Llama would have it registered. Like that, all DeFi Llama does, because they have Pulse Chain on there, but they have none of the exchanges, none of the dexes, none of the total value lock. Like they're not listed on the total value lock list. But you can shoot me the email. But I'm like, if the on-chain analytic hub doesn't recognize that you have money on your chain, I am questioning whether you have money on your chain. Like that's all I'm saying. Because as somebody who has money spread out on these chains, like every chain that I have money on, DeFi Llama has all the stuff and the places where those funds are held. It's part of the DeFi Llama metrics. Like they're pulling data and then showing it so that we can see it. So like if it's not there, and what's one of the dexes? Like I can go check a dex right now to see if it has a Pulse Chain connection to it. Like, do they have Uniswap? That's basically the base. That's the vanilla dex. Like, hold on. Let's go look at Uniswap. Connects to damn near everything. Let's go ahead and get in here, and we'll share this tab. Yep. Okay, so Pulse Chain ain't on that one. Hold on. Wait a second. Can I zoom this in and see if here, hold on. Let me pull that email up on my computer because this is ridiculous. I can't freaking see it. On my phone, because my phone's dumb. MetaMask, Ravi. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me check one more thing. Pulse chain, blockchain. Let's see here. We're looking for it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so they have, okay. So my question here is, and I'm going to show this for you, Will Crypto. What is facilitating the trades? Because like this is what I'm saying. So for instance, I'm going to pull up a couple of different exchanges for you so that you can understand where I'm coming from. Let's hold on a second. So we've got this exchange that's pulled up, and so this is where the concern is, because this doesn't make sense at all. Let me pull this one up. So this is the basically the deal that everyone's come to, and then hold on, let me All right, so let's keep on plugging. I know this is kind of a we're in the weeds, but this is crypto specific, and we gotta make it a point to do this. And then we'll do one from another ecosystem. Bellandrum Finance would be a good one. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let me launch the app. Okay, so this only has swap, bridge, and buy. And there's a lot of tokens in here, which is interesting because it has like a bunch of different stuff. Like I got no idea what any of this stuff is. Hex, I've heard of. DAI, USD, USDT. So when I'm looking at this, there's no liquidity. And my question is, how are the swaps handled? How, when I go, if you go from Pulse to USDC, right? What's handling the swap? Because I understand how somebody who doesn't utilize the space just goes, oh, I swap stuff and it just doesn't matter when I'm in DeFi. The problem is it does matter because decentralized finance requires liquidity providers. So when you swap from Pulse to USDC, there's normally a liquidity pool that has 50% Pulse tokens and 50% USDC tokens. So that way, when you want one, it's always there. But a person like myself facilitates that. And we get a little bit of the cut of the fee for facilitating that because it's decentralized. If they don't have liquidity pools, this isn't even a decentralized chain. And I understand that they say that you can spin up a node or whatever. But if you don't have liquidity pools, then this swap exchange is not decentralized. Now, receipt time, I'll show you why. Okay, so you'll notice this is Camelot on Arbitrum. Shameless plug. It's on Arbitrum. It's only on Arbitrum right now, but it's my favorite on Arbitrum. They go through Paraswap or Open Ocean, right? That's the aggregators that they use. They also have a V3 aggregator that's just V3, and then they have a version 2 where you can just do swaps on version 2. The important thing here is this. Under Earn, they have pools. These are liquidity pools that are the other side so that when you put these two things together, Grail USDC, ETH USDC, Arbitrum to ETH, GMX to ETH, Wrapped Bitcoin to ETH, those pools are what facilitates these trades. Those liquidity pools are what makes this happen. I'll take you to another one. Take you to the vanilla. This is the original. Got your swaps, right? Got all these different things. Uniswap, pools. You create positions. You can create any pair that you want to put on here to facilitate these trades of anything that you could think of. Like if there's not a pool for it, you can't make the trade because it's decentralized. That's how there's an ETH to Aave pool. And when they make the swap comes out of that pool so that I can have my tokens. I'll show you one more on Optimism. Just said, we've gone across 3 chains now. This is the way this works. So you've got your liquidity. You have, which is the same thing. Liquidity providing is what facilitates these swaps. There's a liquidity pool on the back end of this. Now, going back to this specific D app that's on Pulse Chain, right? This one doesn't have one. Now, I'm going to go back and see if we can search up another one, because what are these? Yeah, but this doesn't explain how it gets to the liquidity. Okay. Hold up. Let's see. Hold on. The mystery is getting solved. I've just, maybe they do things different on. Oh, hold up. So Pulse. Okay. Here we go. Oh Lord. Okay, so we're gonna put the kids to bed. We about to go a little bit degen, a little bit after dark here. This is Reckless Rated Narrow After Dark for the last hour. On the pull, we are down a Pulse Chain rabbit hole because of Wheel Crypto. This is okay. So there are dexes on here. Okay. Let's see what this is. What we got here. Oh no, you can trade Pulse to BBC. What is this, dude? Like, what is going on? I can't with you. I don't understand. Okay. Thank you. Jiminy Christmas. Okay, so there's liquidity providing on here, and it's not complete degen. This is actually sustainable numbers. So wow, you can stake 9-inch. You can, oh no, they got 9-inch BBC and PP. Oh no. Wow. This is hilarious. Okay. I'm I stand corrected. But this platform in particular, okay, so all of these are like oh God, I just don't. This is like 2013 Dex names. I'm just throwing it out there, man. Like, they went through this whole animal phase. It looks like Pulse Chain. They're just 9mm Dex, 9-inch Dex, Flux IO. Like, come on, man. Like, how, bro? We're gonna go take a look at Flux IO though. Now that we're here, we might as well. Now that you see Wheel Crypto, I'm never gonna forgive you for this, because you put 9-inch on my screen. Okay, I can't unsee that eggplant. All right, let's see here. Yeah, okay. So this looks more 4G. Wheel Crypto, what you done got me into, bro? What are we doing? Is Pulse Chain like literally connected to Cornhub? Like, come on, man. She'll be apples. What is this? Jeep pool? What is happening? Okay, I stand corrected. They have an ecosystem. I don't understand why this isn't recorded on DeFi Llama though. Like I still they got the swap. Huh. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to stand corrected. But why are there only and then there's that is wild. That is super wild. Does 9mm have a thing? Yep. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pull this, share this with you guys so you can see it. Okay, so you can go through here and actually look at liquidity pools. So they got like 4.7 million. Oh, this is not a high liquidity. Well, at least not for that. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is some real shallow liquidity. There's only one pool for that. So that's, I mean, they had a few that were over 1 million though. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't. Those specific exchanges are not listed on DeFi Llama, so that's probably why, and it's probably because of the nomenclature of the names. Like, to be honest, but also shallow liquidity. So, I mean, 30 days, that's not surprising. One of the things that is surprising is they're not giving degen APRs. And I mean, to go over there and only get to have like APRs that are under 500, not necessarily appealing to liquidity providers, which means that it's hard to trade over there also. Like the trades aren't as easy because the liquidity pools aren't as deep. But they do have an ecosystem. So we're gonna be keeping. They got 21 million locked up over in there. $21 million. Jesus Christ. That's well, I mean, they got Waves listed, and that only has 76 million. Why do they not have Pulse Chain? That's interesting and weird. There's a conspiracy against Pulse Chain. Maybe it's just too new. Maybe because it's only been 30 days, they haven't. Well, I mean, 30 days, they probably haven't gotten everything recorded yet. So I will be keeping an eye on it, Will Crypto. Pulse X or 9mm. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this now. I might have to throw some degen money over there and see what's going on over on Pulse Chain. We'll have to see, because I mean it's not hard to get to. Ah, there we go. Pulse X. Whoa. Man, this is Pulse X, dude. Like, Wheel. This dude is trolling me now. Uh-huh. Let's see what the farms look like over here. These are actually sustainable. They're sustainable numbers. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I can't hate, man. I'm gonna keep an eye on it specifically for you, Will Crypto. Man, you know what? See, this is the reason we have these conversations, man. Like I might have to throw me some stuff on PulseX and get me a little position staked over there and see what it do. I might have to throw, because nothing's super expensive over here yet. Like everything's dust. I mean, you could put $500, spread it out in this ecosystem, and just wait. Honestly, we might have to do that. We might have to put a five ball. We might have to put a five banger over here and just get a couple of positions. Because in all honesty, you do a position on this and make it 100. Go over here and just oh yeah. We might have to do this. Do a couple of few $100 positions, you know what I'm saying? I do like that this place lets you check this out. Let's see. V1 liquidity. I like this. Okay. PulseX is on the list. You sold me. Oh, snap. Uh-oh. Okay, so we got to go PulseX. We got to get some teddy bear. Oh, absolutely. No, I'll shoot you an email, man. I appreciate it. And this is the thing. Like, I'm hard headed, but I'll follow money. That's what it is. And I'm like, I would much rather have a degen play in an ecosystem than have a degen play on an individual meme coin. Like, I would really prefer to like spread some money around on like a pulse chain ecosystem and just go drop liquidity on on all the different exchanges over there and just let them sit and just look away and wait till the middle of the bull run. And if pulse chain gets a little bit of hype, hey, already there. Like that's the type of stuff I like to call that's that deep degen alpha. That's what I like, because you can go like, that's where you can flip 500 into something ridiculous because everything on that chain is dust. So you're going to get like a big amount of holding period. And you're there before the massive amounts of liquidity. That's a good one. What, shout out to Pookie Hybrid. What's going on, bro? That's how that works. Like that's what you're looking for. So we're definitely going to be pulling the trigger on some pulse chain. To be honest, pulse chain would be a good DCA in also, where you just take the money that I'm making from providing liquidity other places and just funnel it over there, because at that point, $100 is a lot on pulse chain right now. Like if you can get over there inexpensively and then just buy some random stuff, just drop another position and just let it ride and look away. You know, I could do. I mean, at this point, we could do Pulse Chain on house money almost. We'll see what our cash out tomorrow is going to look like. Kind of interested because we switched over to where we're only converting over bi-weekly right now, and the last two, I think we're still gonna be in that freaking bear market window. But I moved a bunch of stuff around because I had to, and I'm pretty excited now. Now I'm excited. I'm ready to do some things now. But thank you so much, Will Crypto. I'll email you back because I'm gonna definitely poke around over there. But I think what I might do is, since everything is dust on this chain, I might just shotgun blast. I might actually get to treat this like a VC and just hope something on this chain works out, and like that'll be my degen play. Just one of my degen plays is going to be Pulse Chain. Matter of fact, we're gonna call it the Wheel Crypto degen play, and we're gonna just take 500. We're gonna link it up over there, and we're gonna, because there's 4 main places right now. I think we're just gonna hit all of them. We're gonna hit all of them. We're gonna do Pulse X. We're gonna do Fuck IO. We're gonna do 9-inch decks, and we're gonna do 9mm decks. We're gonna just go get some positions on all of them because it's all dust anyway. What's that? $400? Yeah, you just drop it over there. Go main chain coin. And whatever the dex is, I think that's what we're gonna do. So we'll have a lot of Pulse Chain, and then we'll have that hedged in with whatever the main chain, whatever that deal is. If that's a deal, did they do that? No. Okay, so we're gonna do a liquidity position on. Oh yeah, they do. They have Pulse X and Wrap Pulse Chain. That's just the worst. The worst. Oh. Yeah. I mean, it's what it is. It's what it is. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna mess with it. But I think we're gonna we gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna do that. That's gonna be a play. We're gonna do the wheel crypto degen play. And if it works out, gosh darn it, you're gonna be officially grandfathered in as the OG of the show no matter what. If we hit on Pulse Chain this bull run, Will Crypto gonna roll up in here. He's gonna have 18 wrenches. He gonna have a crown. I'll probably send him every book I've ever read. I don't know. Will Crypto gonna be my new best friend if we hit on Pulse Chain. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We're gonna see what it do. I mean, that's the name of the game. You gotta gamble a little bit. Like, I'm very pragmatic, but we gotta take some chances. We gotta have some gambles. We gotta experience some stuff. And so I think that most of my gambling is going to be centered around Pulse Chain. I mean, I'm getting free bonk right now, so there is that, but that's just not the same as going out on a limb, finding a whole ecosystem where everything's dust, and then just, pulling the Danny DeVito. So then we started blasting, Like, I got my MetaMask shirt on, my MetaMask hoodie on tonight for this show, because I come correct. When we talk crypto, we're going to be rocking crypto swag. If you guys didn't know, MetaMask does actually make some decent clothing. Like, I got like the quarter tee, baseball tee that I wear for most of my crypto portfolio updates because it's a little bit too warm for the hoodie most nights. And most of the time that I'm recording, it's a little bit too warm. But today, for some reason, the temperature dropped, so it's a little chilly in here. So we rocking the hoodie. But MetaMask I like this hoodie. I actually do like this hoodie a lot. Like, it's actually really comfortable. It's good fabric. Shameless plug for MetaMask. Maybe they'll send me a different color for free. I don't know. I need free stuff. We're in a recession, people. Send me free stuff. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna tone it out. Dude, Pookie Hybrid out here getting the bag. That's what we're talking about. And that's what it's about. I mean, I'm getting ready to, I'm going in tomorrow, obviously, because we got to get all them overtime bonus monies. The day after Christmas, we had off, and then I got bonus money for that because I had to go in. And then Saturday we'll be going in again because we getting all the money because we're right back to behind again, which means that that keeps my weekly dollar cost average in it keeps it up. It keeps it up there. Not saying I've got a little bit of cash that I got to go run to the bank tomorrow. That's a good chunk of it's gonna be going in to the markets. I've got payday next week, so we're gonna have the house savings going into the market. Oh yeah, the OT is always looking good. Like that's the thing that sucks though, is because like I'll work myself to death on some OT. Like you talking about some extra monies? Let me come in and die, please. Like let me come get all this money in the cold, please. Like yes, like I will go and I'll grind it out until I'm exhausted, which I'm built for. It's fine, but the trick is my overtime money, I try to almost exclusively invest. Like I don't do anything else. Man, we live it in the pullback right now. What are you talking about? What do you want? What do you want, St. Elsewhere? What do you want? Are you not entertained? We in a pullback right now. Bitcoin is literally on the 7-day down 3.4%. That's the pullback, man. We're in a bull run. We started the bull run. Like that's the pullback. And then whatever happens because of that. I mean, Solana dropped down to under $100 today. That was a pullback. Everybody pulled back today. That was the pullback. When Solana went under $100 and hit $99, that was a pullback. That was your pullback. Bitcoin under 43, pullback. That's the pullback. It's as good as it's gonna get. like I wouldn't expect any violent dips. I mean, BlackRock's has seeded their spot Bitcoin ETF. That means they have to buy Bitcoin. They bought $100,000 in Bitcoin. So like to get the seed money in there so that everybody else can come get in. So I'm assuming everyone else who thinks that they're getting their ETF approved as well has also already seeded their deal, which means a bunch of institutions are buying Bitcoin. We might not get too many pullbacks. I mean, the window that we've been seeing for Bitcoin lately has been, hold on, let me pull it up. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. Has been what's the range, man? Hold on. Let's take a look here. What's the range been for Bitcoin? Oh, so they gave us 69. Oh, there we go. So on the 14-day, oh, dang. We were below 40 14 days ago. That's crazy also. But since we've crossed the $40,000 threshold, which was on the 3rd of December, we've basically been flirting. Lowest we've been between 40, barely under 41. We've had a couple of dips down to like it dips down literally 48.93. What's this one? 47.20, 47.53. This one. 47.66. That's the lowest it's been, and that was the 18th of December. And after that, the new bottom's basically been 42, because the lowest we've been dipping down 41.837 and 41.870. Those are the last two dips. That's the pullback. That's what we getting. That's all we get. It's all we get. And you know, this might be just about all y'all get, because I'm getting ready to go to bed, because I got to be up early in the morning, and I'm going to try and get some semblance of a workout in, provided my arm's not jacked up still. We'll get something done. Got to get something done every morning. You guys have a wonderful night. It's been great rocking out with you. Saint, we gotta get with Lex. We're gonna go party over at Leighton's house while he's not home tomorrow after I get off work for dinner. Actually, we probably need to find somewhere down there to go eat, because I'm gonna be hungry. So yeah, tap in on the group chat, man. And we gotta you didn't help us shame Lex either. Or shame Leighton. So you need to do that. Little Leighton shame never hurt nobody. Shout out to Leighton. And she was like, Wheel Crypto, bro. Like, you need to be special guest on all of the crypto streams, because we can. I'm gonna be doing the updates after we get some money on Pulse Chain. I'm actually kind of hype about it. I might actually take the money that I put in. We'll see what tomorrow's cash out looks like, but we might be setting some. We're gonna set some Pulse Chain money aside. It was good rocking out with you. Oh no, the Bulls lost. You done missed. So Hermes, you're gonna have to go back and like get like me and Wheel Crypto went down a whole Pulse Chain rabbit hole. I found out where the liquidity was at, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna YOLO, and that's gonna be one of my bull run ultra high risk gamble plays. I'm going to throw $500 into the ecosystem, and we're going to see what it do, because everything costs dust over there. I found the dexes and the liquidity. It's just for some odd reason. No, I'm not a bull. We gambling, bro. This is 120,000% speculation, but I'm so well thought out on all the rest of my plays that nothing that I'm doing right now that like I have set up is even remotely exciting. Like, I feel no excitement about any of the plays that I've got. This is just business as usual for me. Just going into a bull run with a little bit more money than what I normally start a year off with. Actually, a chunk more money. But the Pulse Chain thing is exciting. So, and I was telling him, I explained it like this. I was like, I would rather throw $500 into an ecosystem and have that be my gamble than go buy 5 individual meme coins and try to figure that out and gamble that way. Because within an ecosystem, they're given, I can have my money sitting making money. There's no liquidity there, and if liquidity floods in and I'm already on all the dexes with positions, and they all run up, and I got thousands of tokens because everything costs dust. Like, that actually sounds pretty exciting. Like, if anything hits, I win, dude. Like, it's so, like we gonna go play over there, and we gonna document the process. Like, it's just gonna add into the portfolio, and if it wins, then if anything hits over there, then like Will Crypto gonna have like 18 wrenches and a crown, bro. Like I'm gonna have to send him books. I have to fly him out. Like we go into the ocean. We gonna go get the yacht. We going into international waters with some bikini models, bro. And it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Like because if I win and you put me on, we won, bro. Like I'm just saying, I'm loyal to a fault. You put me on, then you put me on. Like that's just what it is. Like I'm like, so we're gonna add it to the portfolio because I'm like, what can it hurt? Like it can't hurt anything. All it's gonna be a good experience. Like we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna all figure it out together. But yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. Actually, I'm gonna go have dinner and then I'm gonna go to sleep. But we will be tapped back in. I actually have a slew of Guns and Butter clips shorter form that I need to upload. And then I actually need to start chunking these down. But it's been good rocking with you guys. It's your boy, Reckless Ray De Niro. Definitely share the replay. Definitely check out the replay. If you're bringing it in and you've made it this far, don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the share. And don't forget to subscribe. And turn the bell notifications on because I don't upload that much. I'm not that type of YouTuber. I got like maybe 3 uploads a week. And maybe some shortened down versions of these Guns and Butter shows. But I'm not flooding your stream. I'm not constantly trying to mess with y'all. So turn on the notifications so you know when I'm hitting. So that way you catch the content as soon as possible. This is Reckless Ray De Niro, and until next week, I'm gonna be up out of here. And yes, don't forget to smash that like button on the way out. Peace.